Hello there, how are you? This is Lois Gidiga. Welcome back to my channel. If today is your first time on my channel, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications. For my usual followers, thank you so much for keeping it here. Thank you so much for the support. Today, I want us to continue the discussion that we started about where to live if you want to come to Alberta. So again, there are people who've received provincial nominations. There are people who have indicated in their express entry profiles that they want to live in Alberta, or they just want to move to Alberta because Alberta is a wonderful place. So you are faced with the decision, where do I live between Calgary and Edmonton and other cities? So today we are talking about the city of Edmonton. And what you're going to find is Edmonton is almost similar to Calgary. There are a few differences here and there, especially in the activities, but there's a lot of similarities. Again, because they are in Alberta, so a lot of things are the weather, cost of living. Okay, there's some difference there. But anyway, that's why we're talking about the city of Edmonton. The city of Edmonton is the second biggest in Alberta, of course, after Calgary. And it's the fifth biggest city in this country, this Canada of ours. Did I say that Edmonton is the capital city of Alberta? I don't know if I said that already. And you're going to find that the population in Edmonton is about 1.3 million people. And as I said, similar to Calgary, the city is divided into four quadrants. That is the the northwestern, the northeastern, the southeastern, and the southwestern. You're also going to find it's almost similar that the northern side of Edmonton is not as desirable as the southern side of Edmonton. So that tells you that the north side, things could be cheaper. According to the Canadian perspective, there could be more crime than the southern side. But relatively, we're talking of Canadian statistics, so it's not like we're talking of high crime. All the same, in the Canadian standards, you're going to find that the northern side of Edmonton has more crime. It's also cheaper, of course, and therefore ends up attracting a lot of immigrants. Okay? Yes. The main economic drive in Edmonton, again, we are in Alberta, so this is the oil province. So a lot of people who work at the Fort McMurray oil sands, they live in Edmonton. They commute, they go back and forth. So the oil sector is a big thing here. So if you're looking for jobs in the oil sector, you may have to choose between Calgary and Edmonton, but a lot of people live in Edmonton. You're also going to find that because it's the capital city of this Alberta, you find that there's a lot of government jobs because all the government offices are in Edmonton. So if you want to work with the Alberta government, Edmonton is the place that you should be looking to stay. Okay? As for beauty, it's a beautiful city, maybe not as beautiful as Calgary, simply because Calgary we have Rocky Mountains, but Edmonton is equally beautiful, and it has the largest urban parks. So this is a good place that you can go cycling, you can go walking, and it's just good when you want to stay active. Okay, yes, and also has the northern Saskatchewan river going through most of the cities. So again, that adds to the beauty and to the walkways, whereby you can always have that fun time in the summertime. Okay, housing in this city is a little cheaper than Calgary. But then again, we said housing depends on where you're living. So if you're living in the northern quadrant of the city, it could be cheaper. All in all, you can find like in Calgary, you can find an apartment as a new immigrant. You can find an apartment, one bedroom for about $1,000 a month, two bedroom for about $1,200 a month. So you see, it's similar. It's almost similar to Calgary. That said, that is the lower end. I tell people here, you're going to choose your bills. So if you want to pay a lot of money, there's going to be housing for every budget. So if you have a lot of money, you can get houses which cost a lot of money here, but you can get that. The average cost of a home in Edmonton is about $370. So you can see homes are cheaper in Edmonton than they are in Calgary. We say that in Calgary, the average cost of a home is about $450,000. So you can get cheaper homes in Edmonton than you can get in Calgary. Just like in Calgary, that city is quite sunny, so there's a lot of sunshine throughout the year. It doesn't matter whether it's winter time, there's a lot of sunshine. The climate, the same, it's dry throughout. We have very dry winters, and also for the weather, it's as unpredictable as Calgary. It gets a little colder. Actually, it's a little colder than Calgary, but then the summers are the same. For the culture in Edmonton, actually Edmonton is known as the festival city of Canada because they hold over 50 festivals per year. So it has a very vibrant art scene. So if you're into that kind of a life, Edmonton is a place whereby you should be looking to live. It's home to the largest live theater in North America, and the culture there is quite multicultural because a lot of people live there. A lot of people come from all over Canada, so it's quite diverse, just like here in Calgary. People are friendly and they are down to earth. Okay. Education in Edmonton, just like Calgary, it has fantastic, because this is a provincial thing. So education is a provincial thing, so it's common for Alberta that we do have a fantastic public education system, and Edmonton is home to the University of Alberta. For colleges, the main college there is the Northern Alberta Institute of Technology. It's the same as what we have here, which is SAIT, the Southern Alberta Institute of Technology. One thing you will love about Edmonton, if you love shopping, please go live there. Yes, you will shop till you drop, simply because Edmonton has the largest mall in North America. That is the West Edmonton Mall. I cannot tell you just how big and awesome that mall is. So if you are into shopping, if you love shopping, if you have money to spend, there's a lot of activities that you can do also at the West Edmonton Mall. So if you're into that kind of thing, if you're into spending money, please go live in Edmonton. Okay. A few other things for families, because the environment there is also family oriented. You're going to find that Edmonton is home to the largest planetarium in Canada, and that is the Queen Elizabeth Planetarium. So it's a good attraction for families, for children, and that kind of thing. Edmonton is also home to the largest living history museum. So again, there's a lot of history there, and that is at the Fort Edmonton Park. Okay, there's a lot of activities to do in Edmonton. You can go hiking to the mountains. They are not as near as they are here in Calgary, but you can still go hiking. There's a lot of activities in the winter months. You have endless winter activities, winter sports to do in Edmonton. The transportation, as we talked, transportation is close to what we have here in Calgary. People depend on the public transit, and they have the buses, and they also have the trains. That is the Edmonton Transit System. They also have an Edmonton light rail system, and you're going to find that a monthly pass there is actually cheaper than it is here in Calgary. Calgary right now, for a transit pass, we are paying about 107 per month. That is for the adult. In Edmonton, they pay $97 a month. Again, I said for newcomers, and I'm going to make a video about taxes, because you need to make taxes so that you can benefit from subsidized fees. So you're going to find that as a newcomer, you can enjoy subsidized transit, subsidized recreation entry passes, as well as daycare. So I'll make that video specifically just so that you know the things that you can take advantage of, and at least then you're not struggling so much as a newcomer who doesn't have who's not making a lot of money and who is also struggling to settle down. One thing also, and this is a whole Canadian thing. To come to Canada, you must love hockey. So in Edmonton, they also love hockey, and their team is the Oilers. So if you want to live in Edmonton, please go with all the love for Oilers. Oilers is to Edmonton what Calgary Flames is to Calgary. Employment, again, I said, just like general in Alberta, we are experiencing the oil and gas crisis. So the oil and gas jobs are at a downturn. However, in Edmonton, if you're looking for government jobs, that is the place to go to. There's a lot of government jobs simply because it's the capital city of Alberta. Also, the other industries, agriculture, tourism, all the other industries, healthcare, it's easy to find jobs, and the salaries are good too. Just like here in Calgary, the salaries are good in Edmonton. One thing though, the downside, I must mention this. This happens to most cities here in Calgary. Over summertime, Edmonton has a lot of mosquitoes. These things are just some blood-sucking vampires. They are bad. So you are going to need bug spray over summertime. The good thing with the mosquitoes here, they do not cause malaria. Okay? Yeah, so you don't have to be so worried about malaria. I think that is all that I'm going to talk about the city of Edmonton. I'll be making a video about other smaller cities that you may want to consider to live when you want to come here in Alberta, simply because you're going to find that life is more expensive in these bigger cities like Calgary. It's a little more expensive, so it gets a little cheaper. I would say that life is almost the same in Calgary and Edmonton, but you're going to find that some things are cheaper, like housing is cheaper there. Okay, then it's going to be cheaper in smaller cities. So I'm going to make a video that lists other smaller cities that you may actually want to live in when you come to Alberta. You don't necessarily have to live in Calgary or Edmonton. All right. Again, remember, we say that Alberta is the least taxed province, so we do not pay anything else here apart from the GST and the carbon tax, which now everybody is paying. Okay, all right, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing. Share my videos, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, turn on that notification so that you're not missing out on my videos. Thank you so much for joining me. All right, bye now.